You are watching the multi-awarded Radio Bandido TV on Channel 224 Sky Cable and TV Plus boxes. Simulcast on DZRJ 8:10 a.m. Informing, advising, and entertaining the Filipinos and OFWs around the world. Streaming live on www.facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 a.m. or on YouTube, channel RJAM News.
If you like listening to this station, DZRJ 810 AM, there's no excuse not to listen anywhere and wherever you want. Listen on your phone or computer anytime, anywhere in the world. Just download the app for free. How do you download? If you have an Android phone or tablet, go to Google Play Store. If you have an iPhone or iPad, go to Apple App Store. It's that simple. You have 3 choices. Just type in TuneIn Radio. Once the app is downloaded, search for DZRJ 810 AM. For Radio Garden app, once it's downloaded, search for DZRJ 810 AM. And for Streama app, that's STREEMA. And once it's downloaded, search for DZRJ 810 AM. And now you can enjoy DZRJ 810 AM anytime and anywhere. Hey, it's free.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Welcome to our program Kontra Birada dito po sa RJTV saka sa Radyo Bandido. As you know, award-winning radio and television station. Ako po si Atty. Mike Toledo, ang inyong lingkod. At makakasama din natin po, maybe in a bit or mamaya-maya, si Atty. Karen Jimeno. Atty. Karen, are you already in the program? Kung wala pa, we will be waiting for you later on. So unang-una, thank you so much for joining us this Friday morning. It's March 11 Friday. Biyernes na po, weekend. Napakabilis talaga po ng panahon. Parang Lunes lang. It feels like it was just a Monday the other day, pero ngayon Biyernes na. Of course, we all look forward to the weekend because it's our chance to recharge, relax a bit, and try to do things that we could not do over the week or the weekday dahil po marami po tayong mga trabaho na ginagawa. So try to take advantage of the weekend by at least maybe perhaps go out of town, go out and enjoy your favorite sport or exercise. Importante po yun. Isa sa mga mainit na balita ngayon is yung malapit na talaga yung less than 2 months na po ang ating halalan. May 9, I think a little less than 60 days. Almost exactly 60 days. So by this time, siguro marami na sa ating mga kababayan ay nakapag-isip na kung sino talaga ang kanilang iboboto sa darating na halalan this May 9. Hinihintay pa natin ang latest survey. May nakausap ako ng mga nakarang araw at hinihintay natin ang mga latest survey na lalabas. Coming from, of course, yung more reputable polling stations, no? Or polling firms, which is exactly SWS, Pulse Asia, pati na po yung LILO. Kaya yun ang po ang alam natin. Ito yung tatlong talaga ay matagal na sa industriya at nakita naman natin ang kanilang methodology or yung system nila of conducting a survey is really based on science, empirical data. So, naabangan po natin yan. Kasi gusto natin malaman kung ano na talaga ang latest. So, from what I understand, survey conducted in the last week of February, around that time, baka by this weekend or early next week lalabas na yung resulta. At sa aking pong pananaw, ito naman po ay just a personal opinion, kung sino man ang mangunguna doon sa darating na survey na lalabas at kung ang agwat ay malaki pa rin, medyo mahirap na pong habulin yan, especially since we're running out of time. Pwedeng sabihin, siguro kung mahaba-haba ang panahon, baka may chance, no? You'll never know naman talaga, you'll never know. Kasi yung iba siguro tumataas ng konti. Pero kung if the surveys come out by tomorrow, for example, or Monday, and let us say that the lead is still the same and the leading candidate is still the same, medyo more or less you have an idea already kung sino na. But then again, as I have been saying here in the program, no, politics is the art of the possible or the art of the impossible. Diba? And politics, 2 weeks in politics is definitely an eternity. Marami po pa pong pwede mangyari in 2 weeks or even in 1 week. So we can never really tell. Marami pa rin ang pwedeng mangyari in the next couple of days. Pero I'm sure lahat ng ating mga kababayan ay sinubaybayan na yan at tinitingnan nila kung ano talaga ang mga resulta sa mga latest surveys. So hintayin po natin yun. At balita ko ay malapit na rin lumabas. Ganun pa man, nakikita naman po natin na tuloy-tuloy ang kampanya ng ating mga kandidato from the president down to the other officials. No? May nakausap akong iba at talagang very, very busy sila. Kahapon lang may nakausap akong tumatakbong senador, dating membro ng kabinete din. At sabi nga niya ay tutuwa siya na for once nakapagpahinga sila for today. At sabi nga niya, agad daw sunburn na siya. Sunburn na siya dahil nga sa kakaikot at kakakampanya. Kaya nga gusto ko sana rin tanungin ang ating kaibigan si Sexal na tumatakbo din bilang senador. Kung nasa na siya ngayon at baka mabigyan tayo ng what you call this update, no? As far as his going around the country is concerned. Alam niyo po talagang mahirap, hindi po basta-basta itong tatakbo tayo bilang isang rather elected official. Whether on a local level in the sense na by districts, no, or province, pati doon, alam po, madugo din at very demanding. At when you also go, of course, national, and you have to really cover a bigger area, kasing demanding din. Ngunit natandaan ko po, may isang sinabi sa akin dati ni Pangulong Estrada, nung siya po ay, siyempre, naging mayor ng San Juan, naging senador, vice president, presidente, at naging mayor o alkalde din ng Manila. Sabi niya sa akin, sa kanyang pananaw, sa experience niya, mas mahirap pa nga daw yung tumatakbo sa local level, according to him. Siyempre, parang, di ba, logic or your natural intuition would say na mas mahirap yung national dahil ang laki-laki ng kinocover mo, di ba? You have to go around the country and it can be very demanding and backbreaking, not to mention, siyempre, expensive, magastos. So sabi niya, mas mahirap daw yung local. Kasi mano-mano daw talaga eh. Man to man. Iisa-isahin mo talaga ang mga botante sa mga barangay, hanggat sa bahay mo nila. Pupuntuhan mo yan isa-isa. Isa-isa mo kakausapin, isa mo kukumbinsihin kung bakit ikaw ang dapat iboto nila. National daw, medyo nangyayari is that medyo mas hindi talaga mano-mano ang dating. No? Hindi kasing detailed, no? Hindi kasing pinpointed. Kaya naiintindihan ko rin, nakikita. I understand what the President Estrada meant by that. So it's quite very demanding. Don't think na porque tumatakbo mayor lang or congressman or governor for that matter, that since the area is smaller, na mas madali ang pagkakampanya. Hindi po totoo yun. Based on the experience of no less than President Estrada. So, to all the candidates, good luck. Di ba? I'm sure it's getting to be very exciting. At dito naman sa Comelec, nagkaroon na tayo ng mga bagong appointments. At ang latest na in-appoint, isang magaling na abogado when it comes to election law. Si Attorney Garcia. No? He is one of the definitely top, aside from our other good friend, who's also one of the top common lawyers or election lawyers in the country. But si Atty. Garcia ay isang respetadong lawyer din at siya ay na-appoint lang recently kasi there's a clamor from the candidates as well as from the other parties. No? Kasi may 3 vacancy pa yata noon. Pero I think na filled up na yata yung 2. So isa na lang yata natitira. Hindi ako sigurado. But yung isa kasi na-filled up na ni dating if I'm not mistaken, he's a justice. He's now a COMELEC commissioner. I think he was a justice of the Supreme Court. So now it's a COMELEC commissioner ko. And then ang latest na po na point ay si Atty. Garcia. So isa na lang po yata ang kulang, if I am not mistaken, isa na lang. At kasi nga, ang sinasabi ng mga kandidato, kailangan na ma-occupy na lahat ang mga vacant COMELEC commissioner's position dahil lumalapit na nga ang halalan. At they need all the, of course, the support and the help of a full complement, kompletong COMELEC. Mahirap na yung magkulang kasi this is a national. We have both the national and the local elections. So, malamang expect another more. If there is still one more to be appointed, expect that to come very soon. So, first of all, I would just like to congratulate our new COMELEC commissioner. Kilala po siya, talagang respetado siya sa kanyang profession. Yan talaga ang specialty niya. It is election law. Kung nabasa natin ang dyaryo kanina umaga, isa sa mga mainit din na balita ay yung which is good news. Kasi alam naman po natin na ang presyo ng langis, ang presyo ng gasolina ay tumataas at hindi pa yata tumitigil ang pagtataas. And that's really bad news para po sa ating lahat. At ito po ay dulot din dahil sa problema o sa giyera na nangyayari sa Ukraine because of the invasion of Russia. Kagaya na sinabi natin sa mga ating previous episodes dito sa ating programa, na maski na malayo po ang Ukraine at Russia sa atin, ang effect po ng giyera o ng nangyayari doon ngayon dahil sa pag-invade ng Russia sa Ukraine ay nafe-feel po rin natin dito sa Pilipinas. And specifically po, dahil sa nangyari doon, tumaas na po ang presyo ng gasolina. At alam naman natin, pag tumaas ang presyo ng gasolina, tataas na ang presyo ng transportation. Ang babayaran mo when you use public transport. At tataas din ang presyo ng bilihin dahil siyempre, i-add na sa pass-on cost. No? Napasa yan ng manufacturer or any businessman kasi tumaas ang kanyang input. Diba? Yung input niya na paggawa ng isang produkto, ay siyempre, delete yung kita niya. Kaya kailangan din niya taasan yung presyo para mabawi yung sa pagtaas ng bilihin ng gasolina. At yan po ang epekto talaga ng giyera sa Ukraine na sa lukuyan ay sa ating pananaw wala pa yata nakikitang light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. Tuloy-tuloy po ang giyera, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang pagbubomba. In fact, maraming nagalit dahil ang Russia daw ay binomba ang isang hospital sa Ukraine, isang children's hospital pa nga daw. At may mga pregnant women na nasaktan. Iba pa yata ay namatay. So, talagang mga masaklap pag-giyera. Minsan talaga, hindi mo na talaga, may tinatawag na collateral damage. Sana naman po hindi sinasadya talaga ng mga civilians ang tinatamaan. Pero may mga ebidensya daw na ganun nga ang ginagawa, which is a form of warfare. Pero ibang topic na rin yun, ibang issue at pwede natin pag-usapan next time. Ang dasal na lang po natin sana ay matapos na to at as soon as possible time. Russia supplies a large portion of oil and gas to Europe and to the world. Russia is one of the biggest economies. I think it's number 11 as far as its economy is concerned. It's a big exporter of not only oil and gas, but other imported products, including agricultural products, and also a big importer then of products, especially electronic products from China. Pero at least in China at Russia, dito sa giyera na to, medyo parang on the same side sila to, so to speak. But again, we can elaborate on that. Pag-usapan natin mabuti yan in the next couple of days. Maybe we can invite another person who can talk about the dynamics of the geopolitical situation as far as the war in the Ukraine is concerned. Pero ang magandang balita dito dahil na tumataas yung presyo ng langis, ay ang DDM, ang Department of Budget and Management, talagang inutusan sila ni President Duterte na magbigay ng 3 billion worth of fuel subsidies discounts for PUV drivers and agri workers. So ang sinasabi nila, we were looking at about 6,500 jeepney, mga UV drivers, minibus drivers, they will be directly affected. Sila po ang bibigyan agad ng direct ayuda. At bibigyan din daw po ng ayuda yung po mga agricultural workers. And this is really good news, no? And they can claim their cash cards from the land bank. Kaya yung sa mga ating mga jeepney drivers po na nakikinig at those po in the agricultural sector, please contact the land bank and also try to find out from your respective local organizations, or GP cooperatives, to how to avail of the direct ayuda na galing po sa gobyerno. And alam naman po natin kung gaano ka-time dito kasi talaga naman po malaking epekto po talaga to sa kita ng ating mga drivers, ng ating mga farmers na konti na lang kinikita nila ay nakakaya pa po dahil dito sa problema sa Ukraine at tumataas po ang ating bilihin, ating kuryente, ating transportation. Anyway, we'll take a short break po muna habang hinihintay din natin po sa Atty. Karen at magbalik po natin na pag-usapan pa natin ang mga iba't ibang bagay na nangyari. Maybe talk about more of the good news. So, huwag mo po na kayong malis. Don't go away, stay with us. We'll be back.
Filipino heroism, ingenuity, marksmanship, tatak sa ludo kami. Isang pagkilala sa galing ng mamamayang Pilipino, hatid ay serbisyo saan man sa mundo. Natatanging kwento ng mga overseas Filipino workers, OFW advocates, legal luminaries, educators, scientists, and inventors. Mga piling Pilipinong patuloy na nag-aangat sa pagtingin at pagkilala ng sambayanan. Tatak sa ludo kami. Pinangungunahan ni Johnny Gomez. Tatak sa ludo kami. Tuwing araw ng Sabado mula alas 2 hanggang alas 3 ng hapon. Mapapanood at mapapakinggan sa DZRJ 8:10 AM sa Radio Bandido TV, Sky Cable Channel 224, TV Plus boxes at free to air. Simulcast live sa www.facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 AM at sa YouTube RJ AM News.
Good News Pilipinas with host Francis de Guzman is advocacy in action, which brings to you exclusives to enhance life's values that really matter. This program also brings forth guideposts on scriptural truths, giving hope to nations. Watch and listen on Teleradio Bandido every Sunday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. on Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, digital free-to-air Channel 29, DZRJ 8:10 AM, Facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 AM, and YouTube channel RJAM News.
Welcome back. You're watching our program, Kontra Birada, dito po sa Radyo Bandido. At napapanood po sa RJTV. Ako po si Atty. Mike Toledo, ang inyong likod. At again, a pleasant good afternoon. Good morning pa pala. Pleasant good morning to all those who have joined us just now. Kanina po pinag-usapan natin ng konti yung nangyayari nga po sa Ukraine. At yun nga, yung apekto sa pagtataas ng presyo. No? And buti naman po at mabilis po gumalaw ang ating gobyerno. At ang DBM po ay nagsabi nga na magbibigay po sila ng ayuda directly to the jeepney drivers, to public utility vehicle drivers, minibuses, even yung mga utility vehicles, mga UV. So, kudos to government for quick action. And sabi ko nga, before we took a short break, pag-usapan naman po natin yung for a change naman, mga good news, mga magagandang balita. At sinabi ni Secretary Duque, nag-text din kami ng mga nakaraang araw ni Secretary Duque, who I have to salute Secretary Duque and the DOH team for doing a Herculean job, a great job in really managing this pandemic, the spread of this pandemic. Ang magandang balita dito ay nasa alert level 1 na po tayo. Ang sinasabi ng iba, baka gawin na lang yung buong Pilipinas alert level 1. Pero even beyond that, pinag-uusapan na daw ngayon, no? Nasa table na. It's part of already of the discussions na perhaps baka pwede na rin pong alert level 0 na. So talagang pag sinabi natin alert level 0, talagang ano na yun. That will already end most, if not all, of the health emergency restrictions na ginawa, no, nung pag-umpisa na itong pandemic. So you could say that balik na tayo sa dati, pero not exactly. Sigurado ako it won't be the same. We cannot really be going back to how it was pre-pandemic. There are already changes, and changes na pagbabago na inadapt na natin po. At kaya nga may mga, well, to whatever it is, may mga magandang natutunan, may mga magandang developments na nangyari when this pandemic struck. For example po, no, maybe it's just really sad that it had to happen dahil nagkaroon po ng COVID-19. Pero for example po, sa halimbawa lang, matagal na po nating gusto talaga maging digital, to go digital. Because by going digital, ito po ay it will make transactions faster, ito po becomes more inclusive. Ibig sabihin po talaga makakasama, makukover ng lahat pag digital. Kasi hindi ka na kailangan, for example, kung nasa malayong lugar ka po, hindi ka na kailangan pumunta sa Manila. So, kunyari, may claim ka sa SSS, may claim ka sa isang government agency, or even private. Hindi mo na kailangan puntahan at gagastos ka pa ng pamasahe, gagastos ka pa ng hotel or whatever it is. At ilang araw din na may suspend mo to follow up whatever you want to follow up. Kasi because of digital, kaya mo na sa sarili mo cellphone, sa sarili mo computers. Karamihan naman ng mga Filipinos have cellphones. From what I understand, we have a population of 110, and I think there are about 100 million cell phones. I think some people even have 2, diba? Cell phones. Sinako doon. Pero yun nga ano dyan, no? Ang pagpupunta sa digital, napabilis, na-accelerate. And ang habol ng ating mga economic managers, at pati na po ang Bangko Sentral, which is headed by, of course, a very competent BSP governor, si Governor Benjok, no? Of course, the Secretary of Finance, another very competent and dedicated government servant, si Secretary San Dominguez, ay talagang gusto nilang bilisan itong digital at para yung mga, for example, walang mga bank accounts. Kasi marami po sa ating mga kababayan, wala pong bank account, walang credit line, wala po lahat yan. Kasi unang-una nga, hindi nahihirapan sila pumunta sa bangko. Pangalawa, they don't really sometimes understand what the banks are for and what they have to do. Or maybe yung bangko mismo, hindi sila very open, no? to that segment or sector of the economic strata. Kaya, pero itong digital, it will allow you now to actually be serviced by banks. You can actually pay through payment platforms like Paymaya, for example. Doon naman sa kabila sa Globe, you have GCash. And you can actually transact business. Kaya isa yun sa mga positive developments. Isa siguro, siguro positive developments na nakita natin ay siguro na nakita ng mga tao na maybe there are some work or form of work, no, or type of employment na baka naman hindi na kailangan na araw-araw na sa opisina siya. Of course, talagang meron mga trabaho na hindi pwedeng wala ka doon. You have to be there 5 times a week or 7 days a week, whatever it is. You have to be present kasi siguro kung when you are maybe, for example, a Meralco lineman or technician, or you work in a power plant, or you work in a factory na kailangan talaga mano-mano, no, nandun kayo, you're present. Pero may mga trabaho, lalo na yung mga backroom operations or mga operations na pwede naman gawin sa bahay. At nakita nila na baka pwedeng tinatawag na hybrid. So that way, unang-una, yung empleyado can still work, and he still has to work. Yung kontrata or yung employment is 5 days a week, and you have to work 8 hours per day, di ba? You have a certain number of hours for the whole week, for the whole month. Kaya mo pa rin gampanan ng trabaho mo at nami-measure pa rin naman nila yung productivity mo. However, doon ka lang sa bahay. Hindi ka na kailangan to be physically present in the office every day. Ang advantage nun, according to those who made some studies, is one, you actually make the person more productive. Dahil lalo na kung malayo ang tirahan niya, hindi po nasasayang ang biyahe niya sa traffic. He can just work at home and be very efficient and effective pa rin kasi hindi na siya kailangan bumiyahe lalo na kung he lives far away. Number two, on the psychological and sociological, personal aspects, he can now spend more time, he or she can now spend more time with his or her family. So hindi po nadideprive ang isang tao na mag-spend ng time, very important, quality time, lalo na kung yung mga anak nila ay lumalaki pa. Importante po yung presence talaga ng mga magulang para mabantayan yung paglaki ng bata. During that time, during that age, you're actually creating memories with your children. Kaya yun sinasabi nila, it will also be helpful psychologically, then improve family relationship, without sacrificing productivity. Kasi bapantayin pa rin nila. Kasi kailangan na tuloy pa rin yung produkto ng trabaho mo. I mean, if you have deadlines to meet, papers to submit, whatever it is that you have to do, magagawa. So, isa yun. Dahil doon, naisip nila, pwede pa nang, hindi naman kailangan, for example, ito, pwede naman silang 3 times a week na papasok. At doon sa opisina na rin, it will mean less consumption in terms of power. Di ba? Less consumption of whatever it is. Di ba? Kasi kung your workforce is not 100% the whole time, kasi meron naman pwede magtrabaho sa bahay, then, syempre, that means also less cost on your part. So, perhaps, as far as your operational expenses are concerned, medyo bababa. Pero, hindi pa final yan, pero yan na nakikita nilang mga resulta because of this. Even meetings. Dati, di ba, talaga pag meeting ka, talaga meeting face-to-face. Which, tapa naman, face-to-face. Iba na rin yung may handshake. You see and talk to the person you're meeting. And you can really feel whether or not the person is sincere, etc., etc., lalo na pag negotiations. Pero nakita naman natin that perhaps there are some meetings na pwede naman siguro. Not all meetings need be done in person. So, again, instead of siguro bumiyahe ka abroad, although sayang din yung junket, sayang din yun. Minsan gusto mo talaga bumiyahe din sa labas. No? Good excuse. Pwede dito lang sa Pilipinas or you go abroad. Pero there are times talaga na nakita na naman. Kasi dati, halos wala naman nag-zoom. Even if available na yun. Actually, the technology was available even before. It is now more, shall we say, it's now more used because of the pandemic. Nakita nila na pwede naman pala makipag-meeting. Depende sa nature ng meeting na hindi naman kailangan na mag-face-to-face. No? So yan, isa sa mga nakita nilang what you call this, perhaps, yun naman nakita nilang mga developments at advantage na siguro kung hindi nagkaroon ng ganito klaseng pandemya, hindi talaga magbibigyan ng pansin at tugon or this kind of study. Pati na rin po ang pag-design ng workplace sa kanilang mga opisina. Pinag-isipan na rin yan. No? Naapektuhan yan because of the pandemic. And then, of course, when it comes to real property, marami sa ating mga kababayan at mga kaibigan, they realize na siguro maigi din mag-invest or magtayo ng bahay outside of Metro Manila na medyo nalalayo sa population dahil nga na-feel nila pag nandun na sila sa Metro Manila during the pandemic, lalo na tumaas yung rate dito, parang they needed a place to go. So, if you ask a lot of these real estate companies, ang sales po ng mga lupa, bahay outside of Metro Manila has gone up within the pandemic. Anyway, since we're a Friday, we're only up to 12 No? And again, maraming po salamat for joining us this morning. Kagaya ni sinabi ko kanina at the start of the program, try so much to enjoy your weekend. It's very important na mag-relax po kayo para ma-recharge. So if we have plans to go out of town, gawin nyo na po. Lalo na ngayon na nag-open up na nga tayo, wala na yung mga checkpoint at mas madali lang bumiyahe. So enjoy your day, enjoy your lunch. Magkita-kita po ulit tayo sa Lunes at hopefully makasama natin sa Tony Karen. And we'll think of somebody to interview for our Tuesday episode, which is actually a longer episode from from 5 to 6:30. So have a good day, good afternoon. Magkita-kita tayo ulit sa Lunes. Enjoy. Bye-bye.
The views and comments of the hosts and guests are not necessarily those of the station.
You are watching the multi-awarded Radio Bandido TV on channel 224 Sky Cable and TV Plus boxes. Simulcast on DZRJ 8:10 a.m. Informing, advising, and entertaining the Filipinos and OFWs around the world. Streaming live on www.facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 a.m. or on YouTube, channel RJAM News.
If you like listening to this station, DZRJ 810 AM, there's no excuse not to listen anywhere and wherever you want. Listen on your phone or computer anytime, anywhere in the world. Just download the app for free. How do you download? If you have an Android phone